We will now learn the basics of how currency transactions are done. The first thing you need to know is that every currency transaction involves two currencies which are together known as a currency pair. When I am doing a currency transaction, I will have to sell one currency and buy another. For example, when I am trying to convert Indian rupees into US dollars, I will first sell INR and then buy US dollars. On the other hand, if I want to do the reverse, I will sell US dollars and buy Indian rupees. Next concept is that of a base currency and term currency. So one currency in the currency pair is known as the base currency, and this base currency is generally written first. For example, in case of USD INR, USD is the base currency. So US dollar is the base currency in the USD INR pair. The second currency is known as the term or quotation currency. So these terms are used interchangeably. In a direct quote, the number of home currency or the term currency that is required to buy 1 unit of the base currency is specified. So when I am quoting a rate like 1 USD equal to rupees 65, that is a direct quote in India. In case of a direct quote, as you already might have noticed, the foreign currency is listed as the base currency and the home currency is listed as the term currency. An indirect quote is just the opposite. Here, the home currency is taken as the base currency and the foreign currency is taken as the term currency. So, how many units of the foreign currency is required to buy 1 unit of the home currency will be the indirect quote for US dollars in India. For example, in India, an indirect quote for USD INR will look like INR 1 equal to USD 0.01503. So 0.01503 US dollars are required to buy 1 Indian rupee. Let me tell you that in the currency markets, the direct quote is more common than the indirect quote. Quotes are always given two ways. So whenever you go to a market maker, he will quote rates for both buying and selling a currency pair. For example, the quote for USD INR might look like this: 67.5000 and 67.5025. So what does this mean? It means that the market maker is willing to buy the US dollars at 67.5000. So that is the bid price it is quoting, and it is willing to sell the US dollars at 67.5025 INR. So that is the offer rate that it is providing. As we have already seen in the previous video, this is the rate which is given by market makers. As price takers, the retail investors have no other option but to go by these bid and offer rates that have been quoted by market makers. So they cannot dictate the terms normally. The difference between the bid and offer, which is 0.0025 INR, is known as a bid-ask spread. You have to understand that the narrower the bid-ask spread is, the better is the price quotation that you are getting. If you get a very wide quotation, that means either the currency is not very well traded or the demand and supply is not very good. The price quotations that are given by the market makers are generally either in 2 decimals or in 4 decimals. For the currency derivative markets in India, we follow the 4 decimal convention. This is how the currency derivative quotations look in NSE. So as you can see, all the quotations are given in terms of 4 decimals. So this quotation you can get in the NSE website, which is www.nseindia.com. So you have to go to the live market tabs and look for currency derivatives over there. Under that particular link, this screen is given. You can refer to the screen at any point of time. Now let us look at what currency appreciation and depreciation means. Whenever the currency is traded either in the OTC market or in the exchange traded derivatives market, the currency rates fluctuate. And every fluctuation in the foreign exchange rate causes one currency to appreciate and the other one to depreciate. Let us understand currency appreciation first. So, when the value of a currency goes up, it is called currency appreciation. It simply means that when we can buy more of the quotation currency using one unit of the base currency, we say that the base currency has gone up, okay, or the base currency has appreciated. For example, USD INR moves from 67.50 to 67.75. That means earlier I could buy only 67.50 INR by paying $1. But now since the USD has appreciated, we can buy 67.75 INRs, which is 0.25 INRs more. Currency depreciation is just the opposite. When the rate of the currency falls, it is called currency depreciation. So in the previous example, US dollar, which is the base currency, appreciated. But what happened to the term currency, which is INR? INR fell. Why? Because earlier paying 67.50 rupees was good enough to buy 1 USD. But now every trader has to pay at least 25 paisa more to buy the same quantity of the base currency, which is USD. So the value of the INR has gone down in comparison to the base currency, which is US dollars, and that is why we say that the INR has depreciated. We will now look at how currency exchange rates are determined when direct quotes are not available. So let us take an example. Say the rate of USD INR is quoting at 66.50 and 66.51. The rate for Euro USD is quoting at 1.1400, 1.1410, and we need the cross rate for Euro INR. So direct quotes between the Euro and the INR is not available, but what we have is USD INR and Euro USD. So we need to now find out what the quotation for Euro INR will be. Notice that in this case, the quotes are from the point of view of the market maker, okay, and both the bid and ask rates are given. So when we also calculate the rates, we will have to find out both the bid rate and the ask rate that the market maker will quote for Euro INR. First, let us look at the bid rate, how that is calculated. To understand the bid rate, we will first sell INR to buy USD. So we will sell INR at rupees 66.50 to buy USD, and thereafter we will sell that USD at rupees 1.1400 to buy Euro. Okay, so here by multiplying 66.50 and 1.14, we get the rate of 75.81. So that comes to be the bid rate for Euro INR that the market maker will quote. We got this rate by multiplying 66.50 with 1.14, and the rate comes to 75.81. We will do the same for the second leg also when we try to discover the offer rate. In this case, we will first buy USD by selling Euro. So we are going in the roundabout way. We are selling Euro to buy USD at 1.1410. Thereafter, we will sell the USD to buy INR at 66.51. Again, we will multiply the quotes and we get 75.88. Okay, so this comes to be the ask rate. Therefore, we can say that the rate for Euro INR will be 75.81, 75.88. I will explain this again. First, we sell INR. Well, while determining the bid rate, we will sell INR to the market maker at 66.50. Thereafter, we will get the USD and we will sell the USD to buy US dollar at 1.1400. So that gives us the rate of 75.81. You can calculate this with any quantity, maybe 100 USD INR. You convert it into Euro USD and you will find that the rate is coming to be the same. On the other hand, we did the reverse when we tried to find out the ask rate. Here we sold euro to buy USD. So we had to buy USD at 1.1410 because it is the rate at which the market maker would be willing to sell euro to us. And thereafter we sold the USD to buy INR at 66.51. So that is the rate that is given. We can multiply and we can come to 75.88. So the quote for Euro INR comes to 75.81, 75.88. So the market maker would be quoting a bid rate of 75.81 and an offer rate of 75.88. Hope that is clear. To simplify the matters, we have a thumb rule. While we are finding out the cross bid, we just multiply bid 1 with bid 2. So the left sides we multiply and we come to the cross bid. When we try to find out the cross ask, we multiply the right hand sides, which is 66.51 and 1.1410. That is exactly what we did over here. So that is the thumb rule that you can follow. Even if you don't want to remember the what gets sold and what gets bought, this thumb rule will enable you to find out the cross rate for any currency pair wherein both bid and ask rates are to be determined. Now let's get into something which is a little simpler, that is finding out the cross rate when only one side is given. So we have the rates for USD INR given, which is 66.50, and Euro USD is also given, which is 1.1400. We need to find out the cross rate for Euro INR. In this case, what we will do is we will quote the currency pair as a numerator and denominator. For example, we will say that USD by INR is 66.50. Euro divided by USD is 1.1400. Thereafter, so this is what it is. We will multiply the two rates. In any such problem, your endeavor should be to cancel out one currency out of these three. So in this case, you see that the USD is common in both, so that has to be somehow cancelled out. When we write it in this way, USD by INR multiplied by Euro by USD, you can see that we can easily cancel out USD on both sides. Right? So by putting in the values, we get 66.50 multiplied by 1.1400. So that is the rate for Euro INR, because here you see that what we are left with after cancelling out USD is Euro by INR, which is Euro INR. So that comes to Euro INR equal to 75.81. So the cross rate for Euro INR given the rates of USD INR and Euro USD will come to 75.81. Here the key is to first write the quotations in terms of numerators and denominators and then cancel out one currency, which is the common quotation between the two pairs. Okay, so that is relatively simpler, and we have another variation wherein the cancellation will not be so easy. So let us look at that. Here we have the quotations for Euro USD and JPY USD. Okay, so Euro USD is 1.14 and Japanese yen USD is quoted as 0.0094. We need to find out the cross rate for Euro JPY. As I mentioned in the last problem, we have to find out a way to cancel out the common currency, which is USD, right? So we can write it in this way: Euro USD and JPY USD. So I can write Euro USD as Euro by USD and JPY USD as JPY by USD. However, in both cases, the denominator is USD. So we cannot cancel it out. Therefore, instead of multiplying like we did in the previous sum, we will divide the pairs over here. So that will give us Euro by USD multiplied by USD by JPY, which is the reverse of this. Now I can conveniently cancel out USD, right? And what we are left with is Euro JPY, which is what we want to find over here. So let me put in the values. It comes to 1.14 divided by 0.0094, and the rate for Euro JPY will come to 121.27. So 121.27 Japanese yens are required to buy 1 euro. Hope you have understood all the problems over here. If you remember these formulae, you can find out the cross rates between any currency pair. With that, we come to the end of this video. I will see you in the next one.